Milky, I'm sorry you're 26 and
Thanks.
and
Me too.
and scared at this
Yeah.
answer. What should we talk about?
What should we talk about?
What should we talk about?
ASMR.
Yeah, I gave it a little. I gave it a gulp.
Whenever they're like, it is Friday, June 27th, 2025, and this week, like a velvet rope, I'm keeping everyone in line. This is What Should We Talk About with Jenny Yang, your weekly catch-up time with smart and funny people to find joy in an unjust world. We discuss topics submitted by our guests and you, the listener, any topic, current, old, big, small, nerdy, petty. What should we talk about? Leave a voicemail or text at 323-250-3589. Today, we have one of my oldest coworkers. He is a longtime blogger at the iconic Angry Asian Man, podcaster of They Call Us Bruce and Squid Game, the official podcast, author of Rise, a pop history of Asian America from the 90s to now, and frequently impersonated person on the internet, my friend Phil Yu. Yay! Phil Yu. Phil Yu. I think we should explain a little bit why you're frequently impersonated, just briefly.
Yeah. Well, it's happening a lot less lately, but it's happened at least a dozen times.
It's a lot.
Yeah. Happen upon like a social media profile or a dating profile of somebody using my photo as their profile.
Catfishing with your photo.
Yeah, with my photo. They're, sometimes it's like a completely made up identity, or sometimes it's like their identity and they're using my photo. Sometimes people are pretending to be me.
What?
Wow. Is it flattering?
It's slightly flattering, but it's also like perplexing because it's like, if this is for a dating profile, like this cannot end well for anybody, right? No matter what.
I think the issue here is your SEO was too good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So,
that SEO, the search word power was too hard hitting. Angry Asian Man. The moment someone is looking for an Asian man photo, they're gonna find you.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna be like, he's attractive.
Or it's like, oh, this guy seems like pretty. No one's gonna raise a flag if I use this photo. So I'm gonna just swipe this, and nobody's gonna. I don't know who this is, and then
harmless Asian man.
Boom. But it's always the case where it's like someone I know happens upon the photo.
They'll be like, "Is this you?
Or like,
this
no,
you?
Is this so and so's brother? Like,
Look it.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's the photo they're using.
They use
a white.
I feel like they use the one of you screaming.
They do not use the one like the photo shoot photos of me screaming. No. It's usually just a candid one.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I remember taking that photo. Somebody was like, maybe it's your long lost twin. I'm like, yeah, but I remember taking that photo. So
it's the hard hitting SEO that you have, and it's also the fact that you're like one of the like early adopter bloggers. I feel like when you've been on the internet that hardcore for that long,
yeah,
you're just in it.
Yeah, but not my face is not known enough for it to like.
Yeah.
People think like, oh, this is cool. So that's why I started like posting about it on social media.
So people knew.
So people could realize this is a thing. Please be on the lookout for this shit. Like,
yeah. How much harm does it cause you?
It hasn't. Nothing's happened so far, but like,
knock on wood.
But my fear is that somebody's going to use it for one of these like fake scammer profiles.
Oh,
yeah. That's always scary.
Yeah.
Some people are getting their faces used for AI ads now.
That's right.
Too.
Yeah.
Like,
there was that blonde influencer
Yeah.
I saw who was used in like an AI ad for a beauty thing.
Yeah, and it's like, what do people do about what do people?
You sue
do
them,
when
I
they-
guess.
I saw my photo once used for like a testimonial for like a mattress site.
Stop.
And I was like,
You're like, you're not going to besmirch my reputation.
No.
I did not use this mattress.
Yeah. Don't let them.
Phil, thank you for being here.
my pleasure.
Driving
Jenny.
all this way.
Jenny, you're one of my on a short list of people who are like, if you ask me to do something, I'll be there. So
Oh,
yeah.
don't make me cry immediately.
100%,
Thanks, Phil. And next, we have a future friend, if I may be so bold. Are we holding hands? Hold on.
My hand's cold. Sorry.
She is a writer, director, filmmaker turned content creator who started their professional career as a director for Jubilee Media. They got discovered and signaled to her management company when she got laid off at the age of 25, not that long ago, and gained 200,000 followers online in the past 6 months because of her unique voice and storytelling. Milky Tran! Oh my God, Milky Tran is in my home.
Yeah, I like it.
Milky, first question always.
Mhm.
There's a few.
Okay.
Milky, is that your real name?
It's not my real name. No.
Is that your pseudonym? Is it official on any papers?
No, it's not official.
That's like me.
Really?
Jenny's
Jenny's
not
not
my
your
real-
name? What? What's your name?
Jenny is cosplay. It's American cosplay.
Oh, sexy. Ooh.
My real name, I didn't even change it when I like got my citizenship. The guy was like this like middle-aged white guy. He's like, you could just change it right now. It's real easy. I'm like, no, I'm good. And he was like, why? And I was like, nah, fool. I'm decolonized.
Oh, wow.
Don't colonize my mind. Don't colonize my name. And honestly, for privacy, it's pretty nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So do you ever talk about your real name?
I mean, I have it out on my website just because I do think Milky is like, people will ask me that pretty immediately. If that's my real name. And so I started going by the name Milky because my real name is Kelly Tran.
Yeah.
But there's an actress named Kelly
Hilarious.
Marie Tran that was in
She's
Star
gonna be a
Wars.
guest. She's gonna be a guest soon.
Oh, no way! Tell her Kelly Tran because we have crossed paths. Like,
stop.
well, like I used to intern at this one production company, and she was dating one of the managers, and then he sent me a video. And
I remember this. Yeah.
You remember this?
I remember her history. She and I go way back.
Oh
too.
wow! But like I'm a filmmaker, and I was in college whenever Star Wars came out, and it was blowing up. And so it's like whenever you Google Kelly Tran film, you can never find my work because she's more popular. Than
Smart
me.
SEO right here too.
What's funny is that Kelly, she goes by Kelly Marie Tran. She
Yeah.
probably is using the middle name because someone else out there has a Kelly Tran.
Yes.
Yeah,
No, you're right.
I got in a group chat on Instagram once of like all the Kelly Trans on Instagram.
Of course.
It was quite a few people. Yeah, so I can see why that was an issue.
I love
Yeah.
that your name is Milky.
Yeah,
I think you
thank
need to not
you.
tell people your real name. Who cares?
Really?
You know?
Should I keep it a secret? Even if like, I don't know, like even meeting people in LA,
Yeah.
it's like, do I introduce myself as Kelly? Because I'm a person.
No,
Or do
it's
I
only if
just
you like
use
it. Only if you like it. I think
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me, you're gonna be fine because Kelly
Yeah.
Tran is common enough
Yeah.
that like if that's your real name, maybe it won't be easy to find you. I just get real scared about privacy.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
love that I have a real name that
Yeah.
I think I scrubbed everywhere
Uh-huh.
back when I didn't, and I didn't think about these things.
Right. Yeah.
So we'll see. That's not a challenge to the internet, okay? Please.
But I
please.
just wonder if when Lady Gaga meets people, is she like Lady Gaga? Or
Yes.
is she like Stephanie German?
But I feel like at this point, between Gen Z and Gen Alpha, and even like names from people in China who just give it themselves, we have some wild names out here.
Yeah.
So I feel
that's
like people
true.
are used to like Apple, Milky, whatever,
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
You're good.
Yeah, I
No.
mean, I have no insecurity
No, I
about
love
it.
it.
Yeah, it's just definitely kind of silly that I gave myself this made up name,
No,
and
no,
then
no,
I'm
no,
like,
no, no, no.
everyone call me that now.
Let me intervene. I
Yeah.
think it's bold and brave,
Thank you.
and I think it's so clever. And I wish that I had the audacity to do that when I was younger.
Yeah.
Or like when I was like trying to be like a comedian. you know?
Yeah.
Because it was I was definitely in my little box of like I must wear like suits to look older and
Wow.
work when in my old career that was I guess more corporate, but it was political. And yeah, but then I meet people like Sherry Cola. I was like, bitch, your name is not Cola. Your last name, but it's so catchy. And she started out as a DJ, so I think Sherry Cola made sense. And you know, it's a double-edged sword. It makes me think about all those things because like I do want to be proud of my name, but I also don't like it when people mess it up. Like my real name. Like, you know, Sherry Shu is actually her real name, but Sherry Cola is much catchier.
Right.
And it makes me think about Far East Movement. Far East Movement, when they first came out, you know, like a G6.
Of course.
It got trendy again on TikTok, which
Yeah.
is hilarious. Popping bottles in the eyes. Yeah. Anyway, when they first started out, which was a while back, they like wore masks and shit. Like they never showed their faces
like the
in their videos.
Jabberwockies?
Basically.
Like
Like
that?
sunglasses always, right?
Always.
okay, got
So
it,
you
got
don't
it.
really know, you know what I mean? Like what
Yeah.
their race was. Now I feel like it's totally different. But it's like Far East Movement.
Yeah,
They're
like, I think I
How
knew.
East? They're like New York?
No.
Anyway, I'm so happy you're here. I want to know
Yeah,
what is your like little joy of the week?
My joy. I got paid this week.
Oh!
I got paid, so I bought groceries,
Oh
and
my
I went
God.
to two different grocery stores because I was like, I want variety. Yeah,
Wow.
I got 4 different lunch meats
Oh my
because I'm gonna
goodness.
spoil myself.
What?
Wow.
Chicken, turkey, salami, honey ham, And
honey ham.
Yeah, I put
That's
them
a
all
feast.
into. Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
The salami is where you're like, oh, you got me. I
yeah,
love,
right.
I love salami. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
really into that too.
Yeah.
Are you into charcuterie at all?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I put a board in front of me. It's like this is the best meal ever. Like every time.
And you know what's
Yeah.
great about it? It's meat and cheese.
Yep.
That's it. That's it. And it's
I love it.
I think that's a great joy to have money for groceries.
yeah, I love that for me.
Especially for a creative and a young creative. I mean, I would say that, you've been making a name for yourself, so you have a level of success. But, when you're out here trying to hit these streets
Yeah.
as a creative professional,
Oh yeah.
being able to pay for groceries,
Oh,
good
yeah.
job.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Mom.
Cheers to
Thank-
you. No, I'm not to mama.
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry.
not to mama.
I meant thank you, Mamacita. Thank you.
Thank you, bad mama jamma. I don't know. I tell all my friends, don't call me mom.
yeah.
I'm not ready for it.
I meant it in like a mother way, like
Oh, thank
like,
you.
like
Thank you.
she's mother, kind of,
How can we support you and follow you guys? Are you still at Angry Asian Man? Yes.
You can find me at Angry Asian Man in most places.
Yeah.
AngryAsianMan.com. Listen to They Call Us Bruce,
Yes.
my podcast with Jeff Yang.
That's right. Not related.
Yes, not related, but part of the clan, right?
Yes.
An unfiltered conversation about what's happening in Asian America, and then you can listen to Squid Game: the official podcast, which just launched, coinciding with the third season of Squid Game. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Feel you. And how can we follow you and support you?
I'm at Milky Tran everywhere. Or you can check out my website, milkytran.com. I just made a short film, so that will be
Yes.
coming out maybe when this comes out. I don't know. It's a slower process.
Oh, okay.
But,
Yeah, no, this is coming out in a few days, couple days.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Never mind. Everyone wait for it. But
but
I'll-
follow at Milky Tran.
At Milky Tran. I'll be making silly videos there.
Yay. I love your videos. I love your
Thank you so
videos.
much.
My little joy this week was I got to attend the LA premiere of Ryan Coogler's new Marvel series, Ironheart.
Oh.
So yes, I figure I have it. I'll show it. Just proof.
Oh, so cool.
It was a Monday
Nice.
night in Hollywood, on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
And at the El Capitan. It was so fun. A friend of mine, a new friend of mine, Sonia Dennis, is one of the stars. And I have a couple of other friends who are just like hardcore Chicago comedic Black talent that happened to be scooped up into this world. So I was like, what? You're in it? Like,
Oh,
that's
that's
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah. So shout out to Namdi and Shantira.
That's so awesome that
Yeah.
just people in your community are just
Yes.
in Marvel movie.
We're out here. It's nice. Like,
That's
I
awesome.
feel like later we're going to talk about, career and stuff like that. But I feel like I've listened to so many podcasts that give advice about entertainment.
Mhm.
One of the things they always talk about is in the end, it's just a game of attrition.
Mm.
If you can stay in it
Yeah.
longer, you're gonna see friends have the power to hire you,
Yeah.
or they'll get jobs where they can help get you jobs.
Yeah.
So I've always remembered this when I first started, and I was just like, I always remember that now because I'm like, oh, I just gotta stay strong.
How was it, by the way, Ironheart?
I really enjoyed it. We watched the first 2 episodes
We watched the first
before it first 3. No.
three. We watched
Oh,
the first 2 at the premiere, and then the
Yeah.
third one at home.
after it dropped.
Mm.
Yeah,
It dropped.
wonderful.
It's dropping 3 at a time.
Yeah.
And it's so beautifully shot. It's so clever. It's so fresh to see like a young Black female genius
Yeah.
from
Mhm.
Chicago
Yeah.
be like, I'm gonna be the next, fucking Tony Stark.
Wow.
Right? Because I'm gonna make my
Wow.
own suit. I'm gonna fly it, and you're like, whoa! But it's like kind of janky, and so you're just like, oh, that's so charming.
Yeah.
She got her internship in Wakanda, Black Panther 2.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
No,
like, yeah.
I just remembered I went to the Black Panther 2 premiere at the El Cap Theater as
Yeah.
well, and where they introduced that character.
Yeah.
But it's weird because I really liked her character, but I was like, is it me or did I feel like this show did not get promoted very hard? I feel like I haven't
It
gotten
got
anything.
so they filmed it 3 years ago.
Oh.
And it's been
Ah.
benched since.
Yeah.
It went through, as from a marketing perspective, I look at this. They went through 3 different iterations of what the Ironheart logo and, like wordmark even looks like. and
Right.
stuff. Like,
Mm.
it was reintroduced so many times. We're going to drop it this year. No, wait, we're pushing it back and stuff. And so it kept going through that. And then I don't know if Coogler was a big push to get it moving and stuff. or if it was just a change in the overall cultural zeitgeist and whatnot. But they finally released the thing. They didn't have a lot of time to promote it. Shout out to Adri for doing a great job with the marketing over there. And but I mean, like, it was a fantastic little, like, the rollout was quick. They put a bunch of ads up and stuff, and like people saw it during the NBA finals and whatnot. But yeah, they're only doing it. It's just a 2-shot. Like, it's 3 episodes came out on Tuesday or whatever, and then 3 more episodes are coming out on the 1st, and then that's that.
Oh,
so
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, it's fun.
And it's like the hottest, hippest ragtag crew of characters where you're just like, oh, hot.
Ooh.
Hot. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna watch it now.
Fashion. You know,
it is. They're too hot though, because it's like it's one of those things. It's like hot cops. Like, you're not, no way it's cops are that hot in Montana.
Hot cops.
And so it's like they're going to do a heist, and they're all decked out in like cool guy runway gear,
full
and stuff.
glitter.
Nah.
You got Shea Coulee. I mean,
Yeah, just
so it was so good. And on the 4th mic, heard but never seen, my fiance Corey Higgs.
It's as it should be.
I know, too many white men on podcasts. Here we go. Oh, and then I also, the next shout out is my dear brilliant writer and director friend FAWZIA MIRZA has a semi-limited release of her movie The Queen of My Dreams out now. Go and watch it. It's so funny. It's so touching. It's coming of age. It's queer. It's Muslim. It's brown. There's flashbacks. It's colorful. There's some music. It's so good. The Queen of My Dreams. If you want to be touched and to laugh, please go and watch it.
I want to see that.
Yeah, put that down, because that we have an action item section.
Okay.
That's what this
Okay.
clipboard is for.
Okay.
If you need to be like, I need to do XYZ, you write that down in the action items, okay? So, speaking of which, on today's agenda, we have 1, podcast updates, 2, Kpop Demon Hunters, 3, Squid Game Season 3 plus Love Island USA Season 7. Are they in the same universe? Number 4, is the world in a flop era? Number 5, the parentheses male loneliness epidemic. Number 6, film industry to creator economy, more online creators getting traditional opportunities. Number 7, the power of someone believing in you. Number 8, Zoran Mamdani, Nepo baby or nah. And number 9, action items, just a place for you to make note of things that you want to do moving forward, because you don't want to feel like you're losing your mind, and because we long for a better world filled with fun, love, joy, and cool shit. This is what should we talk about, Jenny Yang?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
LFD. All right. Number 1, podcast updates. First of all, real quick. Sunday, July 13th in Los Angeles, come see me, Margaret Cho, and so many other incredible Asian American comedians at the Belly Laughs Food and Comedy Festival, the first of its kind, combining food and comedy. How Asian is that? All right. July 12th and 13th, you can get 2-day passes, or you can do a single day, pick Sunday. That's my day on the 13th. Go to lalive.com/belly-laughs-festival. Next, if you're in New York, so that was in LA. If you're in New York, Saturday, July 25th in New York, I shall be at Union Hall in Brooklyn. Just a cozy little recording of a live episode of What Should We Talk About. Get your tickets, bring your friends. I already booked one of the guests, my good friend Channy Nicholas, astrologer that you all love, that you're all obsessed with, and as you should be. Okay, Channy Nicholas. Get the Channy app. All right. Number 2, I wanted to start off by talking about Kpop Demon Hunters, because I have watched it. And I love it because I am acquainted with or friends with Arden Cho and Ji Young Yu. 2 of the 3 main Demon Hunter voices. They literally killed it. They were so good. And what was so nice is, you get so scared, as we know about the rep sweats. Representational sweats. It is a term that we coined prior to Fresh Off the Boat.
Oh.
It is the feeling you get as a marginalized group when watching any kind of piece of media or representation show up, and you're like, oh my God.
You get the sweats?
Oh, geez.
Please be
You
good.
hope it's good. Oh,
Please be good.
Mofo,
Yeah.
represent.
Wow.
Please do not shame my ancestors.
Oh, I feel that.
Rep sweats.
Man, okay.
So,
That's great.
I get a little of those feelings, even though I'm not personally Korean.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I've been told I have a Korean face. The yang confuses people too. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the Korean yangs I've known in my life. Anyway, Kpop Demon Hunters, so delightful. I was scared a little bit.
Fantastic.
I
Yeah.
always get scared. This
Yeah.
is regardless of the project.
Yeah. Milky, did you see it?
Haven't seen it.
That's
yeah,
okay.
I
It's
know,
okay.
but
It's
it's
okay.
on my list.
We're
I
covering.
know it.
Yeah.
I think between Phil and you, I definitely feel like this is a pop culture filmmaking heavy convo, and
Oh,
I want that.
fun.
And so it's okay if not all of us have seen everything. You
Okay,
know what I mean?
great.
I think we'll educate each other.
Lovely.
K-pop Demon Hunter. What's the basic premise? Do you want to give it a stab?
Sure. It's this trio of a K-pop group called Huntrix. They're wildly popular in Korea, but they also have a secret life, defending the defending our world from demons. Right?
Yeah, from the
Yeah.
underworld.
Yeah, and they're part of a tradition. There's always been a music group throughout the ages that has defended Korea, I guess, from these underworld demons. And the
Wow.
music is what gives them the power and protects the people, protects the fandom. Actually,
Wow.
So wholesome. Is that based on a true story?
Yes.
Yes, every
Oh.
day. Actually, the K-pop industry is defending us from evil demons.
Thank
And
God.
So
It's a movie on Netflix.
it's a movie.
Animated.
It's animated. It's beautifully animated. It's from Sony Animation. They
Yes.
It's
did-
like Into the Spider-Verse.
They did Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds you of that.
Yeah.
The music is legit
It is good.
bangers. Like, they actually, this is not fake K-pop. This is like actual K-pop. Like, it's kind of a musical, and then
yeah.
it's just a lot of fun. The jokes are great. The voice acting is incredible. The title K-pop Demon Hunters, people are going to look at that and be like, either like, not for me, or yes, I'm there. It's kind of like the title it had to be, though,
Yes. If you have such a wild and strong name like K-pop Demon Hunters, you better deliver on the premise.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Totally.
I hate musicals. And
Corey watched
Oh.
it.
K-pop Demon Hunters slayed.
Yes.
The music on
No,
that shit was
right?
so
He was not
fucking
paid to
dope.
have this opinion.
Yeah.
Like
I
literally.
Wow.
No,
Yeah.
it was so fun. Like the final song too, catchy for days in my
Yeah.
head. It was just
And kind of moving, right?
Yeah.
There's
Oh my gosh.
the
Wow.
climax, it kind of comes together and everything. You're like, and you kind of feel it. you know?
Yeah. I think for me, with any bit of filmmaking, if you don't feel something, then it's lacking, right?
Yeah.
Then it could be so beautiful, it could be the best voice talent, whatever. And so if you just get me a little bit emotionally invested, then I'm good.
Yeah.
And so that's why I was very happy that they did that. And beyond that, right, the animation was good. For me, what really stood out, and maybe because I was biased because I knew the actors, but or at least two of the three, was I really love the characters because they're like sassy and cute and unique in their own ways. Like one was like neurotic, and the other one was just like very like calm and middle of the road, and then the other one was like low voice and husky voiced and just like dry, And I was obsessed with the low voice one because
Yeah.
I am a husky Asian lady.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a husky voice Asian lady. Maybe husky in physicality too, but
No.
Yeah, she was my favorite character too.
so funny,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I
yeah.
think I wanted to make sure I shouted out Mei Hong was the voice
Yeah.
actor of that. For a while, she actually started out as a model. I was like,
Wow.
okay, multi-talented.
Good for her.
Okay, beauty and it's talent. Yeah, and so Mei Hong voiced the voice of Mira, favorite character.
Right. Yeah.
So just like her voice was just so like this, and her jokes were so dry.
Is this a family movie? Like you bring
So
your
that's the
family?
thing, right? I watched it and I was like,
Hmm.
okay. So I watch everything as like, is this appropriate for my 8-year-old kid? Right?
Yeah.
And I watched it by myself, and immediately I was on a plane, I was watching it, and I told my wife, I'm like, you got to watch this. And then after she watched it, we're like, our daughter's got to watch
Yeah,
this.
I think
Aw.
so.
And she loved it. All three of us now have been singing these songs all week.
It's cute.
Wow.
It's like, it's so great. It's definitely appropriate for
Okay.
for
That's
I
true.
don't know if your kids are into magical kind of warriors and fighting, but nothing scary really.
When they kill the demons, they turn into glitter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's not.
It's not
that
gory,
violent
it's
or
not-
gory,
yeah.
Really, at the end of the day, it's more cute.
But also the drawing of the characters, like they're all so like fierce, and they're like
Yeah.
in like the cutest costumes because it's all like K-pop
Yeah.
outfits,
Yeah.
and they're also stylish.
The opening song when they introduce the characters, there's a scene on a plane, is like the fucking coolest thing ever, right? That entire sequence is like, I can't get that out of my head. The
The
song,
action, no, the action is actually good because
Yeah.
I love good action, and they're able to do so much more exaggerated
Yeah.
angles and movements because it's animation.
right.
Yeah, it's just they really sell it. Anyway, Shout out to
Love it.
Kpop Demon Hunters.
Love it.
Yeah.
I think you add that to your list.
I know. Okay, here
Sorry,
we go.
that I yelled at you.
Yeah, okay.
I got
Shout
really
out to
aggressive.
Maggie Kong, one of the and Chris
Yes.
Applehans, the directors of that. So
Yes, yeah. Kpop Demon Hunters and Ji Young Yu, yes.
Jiang Yu, great, also great.
Great voice,
Yeah.
neurotic. Oh my god.
Yeah,
And then Arden Cho.
yeah, fantastic.
Booker for everything.
Yeah.
Anyways.
DDK showing up.
Oh
DDK, Ken Jeong.
Jeong,
Listen,
yeah.
if DDK and Ken Jeong don't show up in a K-pop thing, I'd be mad too. Okay,
Ken Jeong's in it?
Ken Jeong,
Yeah,
yeah.
Wow.
both of their
Brief.
voices is like you immediately are like, is that that's DK? That's Ken Jeong, yeah.
What a
What-
superstar.
Before we move on, one tiny thing. I actually really love that they also like included certain like K-drama tropes
Yeah.
in how they shot like the like will they, won't they, and the like enemies to lovers kind of
Yeah.
a thing, but not even really lovers, just more like touching
Yeah.
flirtation.
There's a full on wrist grab, which is very K drama.
Yes,
yeah.
and they like
Wow.
they zoom in on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's so it's a little tongue in cheek. Like it's a little bit of a wink. I feel like the way they
Yeah,
did that.
It's very
you know?
knowing. Yeah.
Yeah. Good job. Good job. Next up, number 3. Let's keep it rolling with the pop culture. Squid Game season 3 and Love Island USA season 7. Are they in the same universe? You both separately suggested these. I combined them. I
Yeah.
combined them, and I wanted
That's
to
an interesting question.
because
Wow.
I asked this because I have not seen either. I've heard some chatter about both. But I have not seen either, so I'm posing the question: could they be in the same universe? To the two of you, because you're gonna have to explain this to me.
I feel like if this were like a dystopian, you know, like it's the Hunger Games, like like I think your show, it's very like. Do you know what happens in Love Island? By the way,
I know the premise of Love Island because I've seen many seasons of it. I
Okay.
just
Is there an
haven't
actual
seen.
island? Is it a literal island?
they're
They're on an island.
Yeah, I
yeah.
think
So is
they're-
in Squid Game actually. So
Okay,
Oh,
they're on
okay.
the same island.
I'm just saying, like, if we're talking about hell on an island,
Casa
this is-
Amor.
yeah.
Hell
is-
on an island.
different
Maybe-
versions of hell on an island.
Yeah.
They could be on either sides of the islands
Mhm.
on the of the
Oh my
island.
god.
I'm just saying because you suggested Squid Game season 3. I have not seen it.
It just dropped today.
Oh.
Season 3 dropped today.
Today, Friday.
Wow.
Yeah, like as in like 14 hours ago, right?
No
So, yeah,
way.
yeah.
Amazing. And you already saw them because
Yes.
you did the Squid Game.
So
Podcast.
I watched it months ago, and I've been
Wow.
locked under like secrecy, right? Like Netflix NDAs
Yeah.
for months. So finally now, like I feel like it's out in the world. We
Yeah.
can talk about it, yeah. Because there's some bombshells get dropped. So
Ooh, this
Yeah.
is
Same in
exciting.
Love Island, there are bombshells that enter the villa.
There are
They
bombshells.
interrupt the
it's the
Island,
same.
island,
Same.
bombshell,
Same.
bombshell.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited for Squid Game season 3. I think season 2 still was so entertaining. You're never gonna match the level of dopamine hit that you get from discovering this world from season 1.
Yeah.
And I think they really did a good job with season 2 to extend the world, the lore. You know, I'm curious about season 3 for sure.
I'm gonna be honest. Season 2 and 3 are one season
Okay,
that Netflix split up
got it.
for sort of like
All right.
presentational purposes, but 3 is just the second half of 2,
Yeah,
finishing that off as one season.
yeah.
It's a motherfucker. It's like it's
Wow.
incredible, so
I don't know what happens, but I'm excited to see the evildoers who run the Squid Game get their comeuppance, ideally.
I'm not gonna
Poker
say anything.
face.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Well,
I-
It's best. It's best if you go into it without knowing anything, right?
But that's all I'm looking for.
Mm.
How about you?
I feel like, so I watched season 1. I hadn't watched season 2 because in a way I felt like I got what I needed from season 1
Yeah.
and like the thematically.
Yeah.
And so I'm very curious, like if you felt that you learned anything new from season 3, and it kind of in there.
Spoken like a true filmmaker.
Mm.
Just like I feel like season 1 was so much about it's a story about greed, right?
Yeah.
And class dynamics. So like, is there anything more to say about that?
Yes.
Or is it
I
entertainment?
actually think
Yeah.
season 2 does a lot to kind of explain a lot about, like, yes, it's about capitalism's boot on your neck, right?
Yeah.
But it's also about there's that, but there's also like human beings being really shitty to each other, right?
Yes.
We're all suffering, and yet we still find ways to be shitty to each other.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And then
Just like
I
Love
feel like that was
Island.
season 2,
That's just like Love Island.
Yeah.
Do you understand how this could live in the same universe?
It's the same. It's the same.
It's people wanting things, hurting
So-
each other.
Now, for Love Island, the
Yeah.
recent one, I've seen memes, I've heard
Yeah.
commentary.
Mhm.
So I know that Huda is one of the big characters that
Right.
people are really discussing.
Yes.
Can you just, without having to like give anything away, can you tell
Yeah.
us why people are so obsessed with Huda?
Yeah. So I actually I'm not a huge Love Island watcher. Like
Oh.
I watched like the first 2 seasons. I'm a huge like reality TV watcher, but I
Yeah.
don't know, Love Island, there's just too much. Like it's kind of like Big Brother. There's a new episode
There's so many.
every single day,
So
except
many.
for Wednesday, except for Hump Day. So I was like, I can't make this commitment. But then my TikTok was flooded with things about Huda.
Yes.
And the thing about her is she's a very passionate, misunderstood girl that also became emotionally abusive to like her partner in ways that like normalizes name calling, manipulation in quote unquote toxic women. And again, like I don't want to speak too poorly of her because I think she has acknowledged that she has what people now say crashed out.
Yes.
But
By the way, for those of you who don't follow, crashed out doesn't mean that you're so tired that you're just gonna fall asleep immediately.
it's like mental breakdown.
Mental breakdown.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
letting the olds in the room know.
Right.
I'm talking about myself too.
So she just like very publicly like became attached to a man, and people kind of view her as like a pick me. But so I think there's like some feelings of like misogyny there too, like that she
of attacking her specifically because of that.
Yeah, but again, like I also think that she was overly attached to him and then had expectations for him that he didn't deliver, and so she was very verbally abusive because of that. Yeah.
Okay, I get that. That makes like a lot of the weird TikToks I saw
Yeah.
make sense
Uh-huh.
because it seemed like, oh, she's a little lightning rod of a
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
And when you describe it that way, especially now that I've gotten onto TikTok more,
Mhm.
the kids love to debate a complex villain.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
because on the one hand, I feel like you can relate to the fact that you might feel maybe as needy or as wanting to lash out
Yeah.
as someone like Huda,
Yeah.
but then obviously they're gonna judge her for how she treated whoever she was with, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's definitely like a division right now on TikTok of like people that hate her. It's like so much hate that it's, you know, I keep seeing this comment underneath TikTok videos of like 3 people have taken their lives after receiving hate from Love Island because they are not actively on their phones or anything. They don't have their phones. So they found out afterwards that the internet, America hates them. And so they take their lives. So a lot
Yeah.
of people have been commenting that under Huda videos that are like compilations of her presenting herself in a way that people don't like. But then there are also Huda stans that are just like, I know what it's like to be a girl. Like he love bombed her, he played her,
Yeah.
and really
Like
supporting
defending her.
defending her. But again, it's just that people are complex, like situations are complex like that, and it's
Just like Squid Game.
I was gonna say, now let's send her to the Squid Game and have her figure it out.
It's a morality tale around how we treat each other.
Yeah.
It's either that or we're the VIPs in Squid Game watching this shit on monitors.
Oh,
on
it
Love Island.
feels like
we are
that.
indicted.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
indicted. Oh.
Run your bets.
Okay, no, that's good. I like that. I think I do want to dive in once I get less busy. Maybe to the recent Love Island.
I think it's the best thing until it's like my Olympics right now. I'm watching every day.
Why do you love it so much?
So I love dating shows, period. I used to direct a lot of dating shows too for
Yes.
the internet, and like I just feel like this showcases a lot of unique dynamics.
Yeah.
It's really well produced. Like the personalities are really great this season, I think too. And
Yeah.
I don't know, you just like have you ever watched Couples Therapy?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've
It's like-
seen clips.
It's like that, but sexy, and no therapy. But you learn about like
a lot
why-
of nudity and tight bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting to watch people's like seeing who's interested and how they treat them because of that, and
Yeah.
how quickly like it's like it's anthropology. It's like watching attraction in a way.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's interesting.
It's a fishbowl.
Yeah, it is.
That's right. We are the rich people observing.
Squid Game.
Squid Game. You know what? Because of this, I kind of want to roll into and skip number 4 is the world in a flop era for now. And go straight to number 5, the maybe male loneliness epidemic, because you had suggested talking about dating, and I
Right.
thought that was all very connected to
Right.
this sort of culture of dating these days.
Right.
And going back to the Love Island, I think what makes Love Island so popular, other than the fact that like everyone's like, you know, very hot and conventionally attractive, but I like how it spurs conversation
Mhm.
because especially which, you know, when you get older, you get concerned about the younger generations. Gen Z,
You're
I
concerned.
definitely get concerned. And I know that you bring it up like that there's this like loneliness that's happening. It's not just
Right.
male.
Yeah.
Because I think what's being talked about in media is male.
Right.
It's being talked about in other podcasts is the male loneliness epidemic.
Yeah.
It became a punchline for my like guy comedian friends. Like it's literally
Everyone's lonely.
because it's kind of like that's what she said. Like you could just use the male loneliness epidemic as the punchline for anything.
Yeah,
You know what I
I
mean?
can
You could
see
be like,
that.
oh my god, like I couldn't find a parking spot, you know, and like
No.
male loneliness epidemic, you know.
Mhm.
That's like the
Yeah, I
reason.
can see that.
And so I get worried about Gen Z because I don't know if you know this. I do talk about this on my stand up. I read Pew Research demographic reports, and Gen Z is not having as much sex as older generations back at their
Oh,
age.
no.
Not for pleasure, not for procreation.
No, just I mean, and
Look at Phil's face.
you heard of abstinence?
I'm just. Tell me more. No.
No, and I've asked this question to like so many shows, and
Yeah.
because I'll ask who's Gen Z,
Mhm.
and they'll be like, "You don't have to talk about your personal situation, but why do you think Gen Z doesn't fuck as much?" You know, and I've gotten across the board like different things, like, "Oh, we're too addicted to our phones. We don't touch grass." You know, there's too much porn. People grew up with porn, so they're addicted to it, and they're desensitized. People are like not used to like taking a social risk.
Right.
They're too busy trying to make a living to like whatever. And I don't know, like number one, the best answer I've gotten was in Taiwan. And this woman in the back was like, me. And then I was like, you. And then she was like, I think we have higher standards than you.
Wow.
Which is my
Wow.
favorite because it's true.
Yeah.
It's very accurate.
Yeah.
Consent who? Yeah. I feel like Gen Z has the advantage of consent. And anyway, I think part of it's a double-edged sword for me why I love how much discourse happens on TikTok, for example, about a show like Love Island, because the kids are learning. Yeah, I think I like that. Like the kids are having conversations, being like, that's toxic behavior. I need to avoid that, which is so good because I've definitely in my day been in dating situations where I didn't know how to advocate for my needs. I didn't even know
Mhm.
what my needs were.
Mhm.
And then, of course, I end up not being happy and then feeling like there's a toxic dynamic.
Mhm.
A word like gaslighting. Like, Corey, did you grow up with a word like gaslighting? Consent? Like,
No, in my teens
Toxic
and 20s, everything
masculinity?
was just like just man the fuck up. You know, like
Right.
Yeah.
just
Right.
tough it out. Get
Yeah.
there, whatever. Oh, so your girl's filling your head up with some nonsense. Well, stop being so whipped or whatever. You
Right.
know?
Wow.
And it took until I got older and then actually being with someone who was wildly toxic for me to be like, oh, this is good that people have identified these things because now I can utilize this as a tool for me to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
that's true. You took it. You benefited from the cultural shift
From the growth of our people.
of knowing how to recognize and use the language to describe toxic behavior.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vocabulary is
Yeah.
so
Powerful.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can't know it if you don't know how to name it.
Right.
Yeah. And so I think that's a benefit of like a Love Island and the discourse because the kids are learning. But I think the thing I'm realizing having asked this question about why they're not touching each other,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is there's a lack of willingness to take risks
Mhm.
and possibly be cringe or
Or just fail.
or
Mhm.
fail
Yeah.
or even be too scared about consent, like having like a weird overly
Like an overcorrection.
thinking overcorrection around consent, you know, where it's like it's a conversation. I don't know, like what is it? Like
Yeah.
why is this confusing to you? But all of those things concerns me because I'm like, "Ugh, man, I had to come up in a time where you really had to force yourself to like go up to someone new,
Yeah.
right? Don't you
Yeah.
think so?
Yeah. Totally.
That's like
I mean,
you had to come out of your shell.
I think this is also on a larger scale something. So I was looking through Milky's like
Yeah.
account, just her content, and it's very. What I really admired about it is like you have this. You know, your whole thing is about like being an adult in these
Yeah.
times, like, you know, being a grown up and stuff and doing grown up stuff. And I was like, God, I didn't have any kind of anybody sort of articulating these things. You were just left to like figure it the fuck out.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like even like little things, but of course like relationship things, just like
Yeah.
just figure it the fuck out and like crash and burn if you have to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe
find out when you did it wrong.
right.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
But I think now that this you know, these youngins, this generation, it's like really about articulating all these things and
Yeah.
spelling it out and being like,
So nuanced,
Mhm.
right? Like little things like, oh, what is gaslighting?
Yeah.
Like, or, you know, why is that name calling and what's toxic? Like, oh my God, like, I wish I had that with friendships.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know, like knowing this. I don't know. How do you, like, what do you think about what it is about Love Island and how that helps you?
I don't know if it like helps me much.
It's just
But
entertaining.
It's entertainment. I mean, I guess it does like kind of what you're saying, like show me patterns of different types of people. Like I recently dated a guy that had narcissistic tendencies, and
Ugh.
then watching, you know, someone on Love Island with that, I'm like, okay, you know, like that, I can recognize it now, and I can be very, I can use my discernment, which is my word of the year, discernment.
Oh,
Yeah,
you have a word of the year?
I'm gonna try it. I'll try that word.
I do too.
Really?
Mine is ownership.
Oh, I love that.
That's why I started this podcast.
Wait, I love that. That's
Yeah.
a great one.
I was like, I got equipment. I got old iPhones.
yeah,
Let's do
you
this.
own this.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Discernment. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I think there are a lot of reasons why people are single or fucking less, as you were saying. It's a lot of It's interesting that you say like people are taking less risks. I think like people there's definitely that element of like growing up with social media, and you have this unique like third person perspective of yourself. Like before, people used to be a lot more shameless with social media, like just here's a pic
Yes.
of my dog,
Yes.
and then 12 likes, love that. But now it's like here's this a headshot that my friends, you know, and so I think that's an element of it. But I do think that technology is a huge part of it. I think the internet used to be like a place where people that were maybe not as socially inept, like, or people that weren't just not as social as people, the internet was their place to go
And
to
express
and express themselves and find their community.
Yes.
And now it, I think, has gotten to the other end where like the internet is just like this other place. It's like a third location that a lot of people would rather go to than like outdoors or like going to a bar to meet people. And then even myself, like I have had like I've had like 5 relationships. All of them, I met them on dating apps. Like
Yeah.
that was just the easiest way for me. But now like even dating apps make me sick. I won't go on another dating app. And that's how I met all these people before. And I think it's a mix of like when Tinder was hot and new, it was like what, 2016, 20,
Yeah.
I have no idea. But now it's like oversaturation, and
Yeah.
that's thinking people have unlimited choices of like, if this person doesn't work out, I'll just find a new person. And it's also like kind of work to message people like because you feel like there's so many choices, or like it's just tricked your mind into thinking people are disposable. If someone messages you, it's like whatever.
You have higher standards, right?
Yeah, like you have high and
Yeah.
it's a kind of like perfectionism in a way. Like if I
Yeah.
can't find this great thing in this person, I'll find it in another person. And for me, I like dating was my hobby. That was my favorite thing to do when I was younger, was to go on a date, because I just loved meeting people. I loved making a first impression. But now it's never a thought of like, is this person going to like me? It's like, am I going to like this person? I feel like
Yeah.
I've become so fluent in dating and like getting
Yeah.
to know people that I don't even want to like waste my time with a date, to be honest.
So just to clarify,
Yeah.
you feel like you liked dating when it was more like, oh, this is fun. It's like I get to like meet new people, but it's
Mhm.
like you were trying to impress them.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was part of like a game.
A
Like
game,
they
yeah.
gamified dating, you know,
Right.
creating it.
You're like,
in,
I wonder
a-
if I'll make them like me.
Yeah, exactly.
And then what happened?
And then I grew up, and then I was like, I value myself, and I just saw that, you know, I don't care if, like, I know though, like, if they're attracted to me, like, this is just a me thing. I think how I look is like the least interesting thing about me.
Mm.
And so if they're already attracted to me, I know we're gonna have a great time. Like, I
Right.
really trust my personality, but now it's it's like we're gonna have a drink and I'm gonna ask you questions that make you feel really seen, and then I'm gonna laugh at your jokes, and then you'll think I'm funny a little bit, and then maybe you'll offer me a cigarette and I'll go home.
Oh.
I don't smoke cigarettes, so
But that's what they think you need.
they think I need
After you just affirmed their self-esteem.
yeah. So,
Man,
I don't know.
this is the lament of the straight lady. Is this what it is?
Yeah,
Because I feel
think
like all of my queer friends are just like, girl,
Yeah.
date a woman.
yeah, I know.
I know. I feel like that's a common complaint of women who date men, of just being like, they thought it was a great day because I made them feel great.
Yeah, it's like
But they're like, wow, you're so easy to talk to. Oh, because I let you talk the whole time and I ask you all the questions.
Yeah, and it's like, what value can a man really give me at this point? And I thought about it.
I think about that every day, Corey.
I feel it from you.
I honestly do feel like I love Corey so much because he knows that I don't need him, but I want him.
Aw, that's
Wow.
love is a
And
choice.
it's sometimes when I put it that way, it sounds cruel.
Mm.
Like, I don't need you, but I want you.
Be romantic in that. Yeah.
Because we chose each other. We're not stuck with one.
No.
Yeah. And I think that's how it has to be, right? Like, no codependency.
I know. I wish I had that more when I was younger. I really did know what I was doing.
Mhm.
You know, when I was your age, mistakes were made.